Yes, guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I've got a really exciting one. It's a success story from a client that I've had for literally less than a week, and I just want to share this with you because it's so brilliant how well he's already doing. And I want to inspire some of you guys that maybe are on the fence to joining my online program, or you're just stuck and you know that you need to get better in terms of your health, your fitness. You need to make this change, this lifestyle transformation. However, maybe you've tried before and it hasn't worked. You've tried the diets, you've tried different methods of training, and just nothing seems to work. You always put it off. You've got an excuse, whether it's you're busy with work, you've got family commitments, you've got the kids. Maybe now's not the right time. You're going on holiday, you're doing a bit of traveling, whatever it is. I want to teach you how you can get rid of these excuses and always implement and still optimize and do well with your health and fitness, regardless of whether you've got a holiday, you're traveling with work, you're busy with work, you've got kids, whatever. So my client here, Daniel, he could have given every single one of these excuses to why he wasn't going to sign up with me. Okay, so he could have done that, but he didn't, and he signed up. And guess what? This was literally last week. We spoke last week. He signed up. He's officially been part of the program for 6 days now. At the time of the recording, I'm recording on Saturday. Okay, and this time last week, he was in a position where he wasn't working with anyone. He was going at it alone. He was going to the gym regularly before work. He likes to work out early in the morning, but he wasn't really seeing the results. He didn't know if he was doing the things correctly. He didn't know if the exercises he was performing were the right things to be doing. He was sort of winging it. He was going in and just doing whatever. He didn't really have any sort of structure behind it. And ultimately, he wanted something that he knew if he committed to, he would be able to get a result from. As previously, that's why he'd stopped, because he wasn't seeing the results. And he has a million and one excuses, because he's a busy guy, as to why he can put this fitness journey off. And focus on whatever excuse could be thrown at him. Busy work schedule being probably the most common one for Daniel. So when he's joined up, we had these focuses that we wanted to accomplish. Primarily, Daniel's goal is to lose weight, to lose body fat, and to build a lifestyle that fits seamlessly into his routine. He doesn't want it to feel like it's a chore. It wants to be something that's nice and easy to follow. So the first week I said we're going to go into a fat loss phase, but for the first sort of 5 to 6 weeks. But the first week specifically, we're going to have everything in place for you. So I'll build everything out for you, which I'll show you in a second. But the main focus is to focus on the habit building initially. I want you to get used to building this routine. And if we need to change anything, we can. But I want to make sure that the routine that we have is something that you enjoy and you know you can stick to. And it doesn't feel unrealistic in terms of being able to stick to it long term. Because if you get used to a routine that's maybe 6, 7 days a week and you're exercising really regularly and it feels like something that's unrealistic and you won't stick to, then guess what? You probably won't stick to it. You'll give up and then you might go back to square one. So we need to avoid that. So in terms of training, Daniel's someone who likes to train early morning before work. He works a good job. He has like a lot of responsibility. So when he's in the office, he wants to be primarily just focusing on work. He doesn't want to have to think, oh God, I've got to train after work. I still want to reserve some energy. He just goes in, he nails his job, but he knows in the morning he gives that investment to himself so that he can then, like I always say this to people, imagine how good you feel after a workout once you've hit PBs, you've smashed your personal best and you're doing really well. You leave the gym so feeling brilliant, feeling really energetic, and then you carry that positivity and that positive energy into the rest of your day. So the people that you then speak to, you communicate with, you then provide more energy to them, more positive energy. You're a better person all round. And I think that a lot of people have noticed that they get a lot of value from that. And that's why I like to train in the morning, so that when I'm having calls with clients or any meetings, I feel like I'm the best version of myself, purely because I've put myself in that position through to exercising early in the morning. It's given me that positivity, right? So we built a 5 day per week workout routine. The main things with this were, right, let's make sure the exercises aren't too challenging in terms of getting the technique right originally. We want it to be relatively straightforward. That's why, of course, we've got the videos on here, etc. But it's a 5 day routine: push, pull, legs, rest, upper. So we've got a little bit more upper body volume, and then a cardio session. So we're making sure that his training is optimized for him, okay, meaning that it works around his lifestyle and it allows his body to train the muscle groups needed to develop at a high enough frequency, but also allows efficient recovery, because your body can only adapt to what it can recover to, right? If you're doing too much and your body can't recover, you're just wasting your time. So let me show you something. We've obviously gone through the training. He's nailed all of his sessions, and we'll go through this phase for a good 6 weeks and really get some strong foundations built. And then after we've done this, we've gone, right, the training's great. Like, I need you to focus on hitting these sessions, which I was confident he would do. But I said the food's going to be really important. So what we did is we set Daniel some calorie and some macro targets. And this is where for the first week, they've been a little bit under. So this was actually a typo, which is why it went over. But these have been under the targets. And I've said, look, there's a few things that we're going to need to work on here in terms of getting these a little bit higher towards the targets. Just to make sure that he's still performing well in the inside and outside the gym, and we don't go in too much of a strong deficit. But that's going to be next week's targets. But regardless, the calories have been a little bit lower, but protein's been pretty accurate, and the actual food quality has been really good. And I think the food quality being really good has also come from the meal guide that we built for him. So I will show you that in a second. So what we do with clients is we like to provide them based on when their appetite's high, when their appetite's low, etc. Times of the day that they maybe feel like they're a bit peckish or wanting to snack. Anything like this that could cause a client to fall off track with their nutrition or make decisions that aren't going to align with the fat loss goal. We then make a few changes and we make sure to tell you, right, Daniel, look, these are the times that I want you to be eating your meals, ideally. This is how I want you to split your calories and your macronutrients across the day. It just makes clients' lives so much easier because they know that when they're then consuming foods and they're eating meals, that it's been built for them, and they know that they're going to get the most out of it purely for the fact of, I know exactly when this client is going to have higher appetite, lower appetite, so that these things are then going to be navigated successfully through the fact that the meals are going to be provided at times in which your appetite might be higher. And maybe when your appetite's lower, we're not going to add as many calories in for you around that window. When you're training, you're going to have a good amount of calories pre and post workout to make sure recovery is good and performance in the gym's good. And it just makes clients' lives so much easier when they've got ideas for each to know exactly what they need to be doing. I'm new to a Mac, but let me just quickly see if I can show you that. So like, yeah, something like this, and we show you how to do it. I won't show you all the options for foods, but we teach him how he can have this across his day. To obviously align with, I'll try and bring that up, align with what we built for him. So yeah, like loads of breakfast ideas, etc. But just making sure he understands how he can plan his nutrition around his day. And that's the most important thing. You need that system. So when we've had the training and we've nailed that for the week and we've been consistent with our food, and the expenditure's been high through the steps, and you've stayed consistent throughout, that's what's allowed Daniel to lose body fat, but primarily just get the first little bit of weight loss out the way. Yes, some of it will be water weight, whatever. But that's what's managed Daniel to have the first week set off in a positive light, allow him to see success early on, increase his motivation, and therefore allow him to stay consistent with this for a much longer period of time, purely for the fact that he nailed the first week and he's got everything done correctly. And when people fail and mess up on the first couple of weeks because they don't know what they're doing, they don't see results, they give up. But once you have everything put in place for the first couple of weeks, and you know that you know what you need to be doing with training, you know what you need to be doing with your food, your recovery, etc., and as a byproduct you get the results that you want, you feel a lot more motivated, and as a byproduct you're more consistent, and then when you're more consistent following the right stuff, you get the good results, and that's what you're here to do. So I hope this helps, and if you're someone that wants to lose body fat and you want to get this going, if you haven't already got a system built like this, put in place, then either you can go alone and try it by yourself, right? Like, wish you the best and hope it goes well. There's loads of tips on my Instagram. There will be a lot more on my YouTube soon. There's a hell of a lot on my podcast and Spotify. Or you can ask for help and you can have something like this built specifically for you. So if it's option one, you want to go alone, I hope you obviously wish you all the best. But look, let me just quickly show you this. Wait, when he started, and this is he's been with us 7 days. Obviously, Apple Health will pull the data over, but over 114.6 when he started. Now he's down to 111.7. So absolutely fantastic for a first week. But like I was saying, you can go option one alone, or you can go option two. And if you go option two, it means that you ask for help. I will put a little book a call link in the description. So if you want to book a call with myself, have a free chat. Like, worst case scenario, I'll just give you a little bit of advice and a bit of work to crack on with by yourself. Maybe you're not a good fit for what I offer. Some people aren't. I can't help everyone. Then click that link and book a call and we'll see if we're a good fit. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I'm looking forward to sharing Daniel's success over the next few months. Daniel's actually signed up for a long period of time, so I can assure you Daniel's transformation will be life-changing, okay? So I appreciate you watching. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you in the next video.